What's up guys, it's Tyler aka Acri Animo, just here to show you my QB Core multiplayer garbage drop script. So we'll just get right into it. The script does spawn a ped to open the garbage drop menu. You can change the location of the ped spawn as well as the trash truck spawn as well. Right now I have it set up to use E to interact with everything in the garbage drop script. You can enable the target option in the config, which uses OX target if you prefer to use third eye for all interactions. So when I open the job menu here, you see we can start the job. We have an option to join job, which is when a player starts a job, you'll see will be assigned a job code. That job code can be shared with up to three other players I should say. So 4 players max per team. That can be changed in the server.lua file and the client.lua. I can help you guys if you need, but it's set up for 4 max right now. Um, so when we start the job, we'll be given a code. We can share that with other players, and those players will come to this ped and enter the job ID. If they enter it incorrectly or enter a job ID that doesn't exist, it will kick back a message that the job code doesn't exist. Okay, or if there's already 4 people on the team, it will kick back a message that the team already has 4 people. And this is completely open source, so you guys can customize the notifications as you please, but that's how the multiplayer feature works. It is based off job codes, and the payout that you get for completing the job is based on, or is multiplied, I should say, by how many people are on the team. So um, it does incentivize people to work together and to interact. So that's all I have to say about that piece. The job reputation here is an option that can be turned on or off in the config. If you do want to use it, you do have to install the SQL tables that are in the install folder when you purchase the script. So the reputation menu shows you tiers that the players can complete. The tiers are completely customizable. In the config, you can change the name, the amount of reputation it takes to clear the tier, the color of the progress bar when it's complete or in progress, and you can add as many tiers as you want. In addition to that, there's pay multipliers and rep multipliers that you can enable in the config. Which those are only applicable if you have rep enabled, period. But those allow players to earn pay multipliers and rep multipliers as they progress through the tiers. And I'll show you guys the config in just a little bit, and you'll see more of what that looks like to config those options. So we're going to go ahead and start the job. We are given a job code. You can see at the bottom left corner 73412. And that's what we would share with 3 other players or up to 3 other players if they wanted to join. And the total trash that needs to be collected will be updated at the top based on how many people join. So if I were to have 4 people join, it would be 13 times 4, which would be 52. So 52 bags would be our total to collect to complete the job. So one other thing before we go to our zone to collect the trash, this script does use QB vehicle keys to assign keys for the trash truck. If you use a different vehicle keys script, you will need to update the logic in the client.lua file to use your specific export for vehicle keys. Alright, so currently, excuse me, we have a zone on the map. We have to collect trash within the zone. You guys can disable zones in the config if you want to just open it up to where players can search just anywhere in the city. But right now the zones are on, so we're going to go to our zone. The trash cans or dumpsters that are interactable that you can pull trash from are listed in the config by hash ID. I don't think that you guys would need to add any more because I was pretty flexible with going through and adding the hash IDs. So if anything, you might end up wanting to remove some, which is okay. Um, but all of these, dumpsters are going to be interactable. And right now, I don't have the progress bars enabled either, so currently you're just going to see the animation. You can enable that progress bar option in the config. And it just uses the oxlib progress bar. And I'll show you guys that in just a moment. So I'm just going to collect a few bags and we're going to go cash out, and then I'm going to change some options in the config for you guys to show you what that looks like. And just showing the console here, not getting any errors. And just for anybody that might want to see, the script does run low resmin. Oh, whoops, AA, sorry. So it's running at a 0.56 milliseconds, which is pretty good. That's pretty low on server side, so looking good there. And let's go ahead and turn in our trash truck. And again, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, so apologies, but the pay is all based on how many trash bags that have been collected. So the reason for that is that if a player or a team does need to end the job early, they will be paid proportionately for the trash that they have collected. So that's how it's currently configured. You could change that if you wanted to, but not sure why you'd want to do that. Wouldn't make much sense. Alright, so we can go ahead and end our job. And we did receive items and money. So I do currently have it set up to give items and money. So let me just put this back in full screen mode because I can't stand it when it's not. And yeah, so we just completed our job and got our payout of items and money. So I just want to show you guys the config really quick, and we're going to change some options and take a look. So we can change our config.target to true if we want to use oxtarget. I'm going to change progress bar to true to show you guys what that looks like. We're going to leave our trash amount and our payout the same, but that can be adjusted as you wish. We just received item rewards, and this is what we received. We received 1 item per trash bag collected. So since we had, I think it was 3 or 4 trash bags collected, we got 1 item per trash bag. And the chance is 100, so that means we got all items, because all chances are 100. So you guys could adjust the chance if you wanted some items to be more rare when they complete the job. And if you wanted to adjust how many items they get for completing the job, then you adjust the amounts here, and that's multiplied by the trash that they collect. And again, that's important so that if people end the job early, the money that they get, the items that they get, it's all based on the trash that they have collected, and that's all handled on the server side in the server.lua file. So we're going to change this to false since we just did true. We're going to enable the reputation system entirely so we can see what that looks like. Here is the option to enable or disable the pay multiplier and rep multiplier, but again, since we're setting rep enable to false, that's not applicable here. This is where you could set how much rep is earned per trash bag collected. And this is where you could change the main rep bar color and the maximum XP, or reputation I should say, that a player can get for the job. So right now I have it set to 10,000 for the blue bar. But again, that's because I only have 10 tiers listed and I was doing 1,000 each. Whatever you want your final tier to be as far as the reputation value, that's what needs to be listed here, and that's where you're going to update that right here. So you would change this to whatever your maximum reputation is for your final tier, and then this main rep bar color is just the color of that bar that fills in for that max tier. So here's where you could set for the reputation menu that shows all the tiers. You can change the name, the reputation that it takes to reach each tier, the color scheme or the color of the progress bar when it's in progress and when it's complete. And if you do have pay and rep multipliers enabled, then you can set the pay and rep multipliers um, that players would get once they complete each tier. We have the hash IDs for the interactable cans that you can pull trash from. And then you have the ability to disable zones. We just had zones on, which restricted us to searching in that zone, so we're going to turn that off. So just a little different now, we're going to have the target option this time, no item rewards, and we will have a progress bar. So those are pretty much the main changes. So let's go ahead and restart the script. So you can see now we have the third eye option and we no longer have the text UI. When we launch the job menu, you can see we don't have the reputation menu. And we can still go ahead and start a job or join a job. Um, so if we go ahead and start a job here, we're still given a job code. We can still have players join with us. The only difference here, you guys, is we're not restricted to a zone because we disabled that. So we are going to be able to target dumpsters and trash cans anywhere in the city, as long as the can is a registered hash ID in the config. Um, and we have progress bars now, so it is going to show us a progress bar when we are picking up the trash and dumping it. Alright, and the script does come with the UI that's at the top that does track the status of the job. And we will go ahead and end the job. We shouldn't get any item rewards because we did disable that, so we should just get money, and we did. So there you guys have it. That's my multiplayer QB garbage job script. If you guys need any help after purchasing the script, you can reach out in Discord. Um, I'm always available for support, and if you guys have any questions, you can leave comments as well. So my Discord link and Tebex store link will be in the description, and appreciate you guys' time, and have a good night.